Welcome to the Good Fight Sports Podcast, your home for local sports here in the 574. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode. This is episode 33 of the Good Fight Sports Podcast. And this episode, we are just talking about the sectional pairings that came out on Sunday, October 8th. So we're going to start right away, and we're going to start in 1A. So we're going to go from 1A to 6A. We're going to cover the local sectionals for Northern Indiana, and this in the Northern Indiana area. Then I'm also going to give my predictions for each of these sectionals, along with the other sectionals that are involved in each class as well for the North. Then I'm also going to give my predictions on who makes it to state from the North and then who wins state, and that will involve teams either from the North or South. So let's start right away in sectional 41 in 1A. The overall record of this sectional is 21-40. So game 1 will feature Bowman Academy at 1-4, at South Newton 3-5. Pioneer will travel to North Judson after North Judson travels to Pioneer in the last game of the regular season. So both teams are going to flip-flop where they're going to play. Pioneer comes in at 5-3 as of now, and North Judson is 4-4. Number 11, Triton, will travel to North Newton to just wall up North Newton, and North Newton's 0-8. Culver, 0-8, will travel to South Central at 3-5. The other local sectional in 1A, sectional 43. The overall record of this one is 35-28. This is one of the tougher 1A sectionals. At least I think it is. There are 3 ranked teams in this sectional, and I don't know. I just think it's really. I think it's a really tough sectional. So Caston 1-7 will travel to North White 8-0, and North White is number 7 in 1A. Number 3, Carroll of Flora 8-0 will travel to Tri-County 4-3. Number 12, West Central 7-1 will travel to Taylor 1-7, and then Tri-Central 2-6 will travel to Frontier at 4-4. Moving on to 2A, sectional 33. Overall record of this sectional is 25-31. So Bremen 4-4 will travel to Hammond Knoll 2-6. Andrean will come over to Lancer Field yet again. Andrean's 3-5, and they will come to number 4 LaVille at 7-1. Lake Station 2-6 at Whiting 2-6. And Wheeler 5-3 will play the winner of Bremen and Hammond Knoll. And then sectional 34, overall record is 28-28. Winnemac will travel to number 9 Lafayette Central Catholic. Winnemac comes in at 3-5, and LCC comes in at 5-3. Benton Central 1-7 will travel to Seeger 6-2. Delphi 3-5 will travel to Lewis Cass 4-4, and then Rochester, number 13 Rochester at 6-2, will be playing the winner of Winnemac and Lafayette Central Catholic. And then the last 2A sectional is sectional 35. Overall record of this one is 23-41. So Wabash 1-7 will travel to Eastside 6-2. Number 5, Fort Wayne Bishop Lures will travel to Churubusco 3-5. Prairie Heights 0-8 will travel to Central Noble 3-5, and then Manchester 3-5 will travel to Whitco 1-7. In 3A, Sectional 25, overall record of this one is 39-25. Twin Lakes 4-4 will travel to Boone Grove 6-2. Calumet 3-5 will travel to number 4 Hanover Central 8-0. River Forest 5-3 will travel to number 10 West Lafayette 6-2. Then Rensselaer Central at 4-4 will travel to Griffith 3-5. Sectional 26, overall record of this one is 40-24. So Jimtown 4-4 will travel to Fairfield 4-4. South Bend Clay 2-6 will travel to John Glenn 4-4. Number 13 Knox at 8-0 will travel to Lakeland 6-2. And Mishawaka-Marion 4-4 will travel to West Noble 8-0. And then sectional 28, this is the toughest sectional, not just in 3A, but in the whole state as well. There are 5 ranked teams in 3A, and the overall record of this sectional is 51-13. So here are the matchups right away. In the top half of this bracket, there are 2 top 15. There is 1 top 15 matchup and then 1 top 7 matchup. So first game is number 2 Guerin Catholic at number 6-2 at number 15 Peru 8-0. And then Tippecanoe Valley unfortunately has this draw. I don't know why. That's just how it happened. But number 7 Tippecanoe Valley 8-0 will travel to number 1 Indianapolis Bishop Chatard, and they're 8-0. Northwestern 3-5 will travel to Maconaquah 6-2, and then number 8 Hamilton Heights will travel 8-0 will travel to Oak Hill, and they're 4-4. So whoever makes it out of the top will play Hamilton Heights for the sectional championship. In 4A, sectional 17, overall record of this one is 31-33. So Hobart 6-2 will travel to number 11 New Prairie 6-2. Gary West 5-3 will travel to Kankakee Valley 4-4. East Chicago Central 1-7 will travel to Highland 3-5. And then Culver Academy 3-5 will travel to Lowell 3-5. Sectional 18, overall record of this one is 500 at 32-32. So South Bend, Washington 2-6 will travel to Plymouth 2-6. Number 18 Northwood 6-2 will travel to South Bend St. Joe 4-4. Number 15 South Bend Riley 7-1 will travel to Warsaw 1-7. And number 6 Northridge will travel to Logansport 3-5. Sectional 19, overall record of this one is 34-40. So Fort Wayne will travel at 5-3. Will travel to Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger 3-5. DeKalb 5-3 will travel to Angola 1-7. Number 7 East Noble will have a rematch again at 6-2. We'll have a rematch, like I said, against number 10 New Haven 7-1. And number 9 Leo will take on 6-2. Will take on Fort Wayne South on the road at 1-7. Final 4A local sectional, sectional 20. Number 8 Mississinawa 8-0 will travel to Western 4-4. Columbia City 5-3 will travel to Huntington North 1-7. Frankfort 1-7 will travel to Marion 2-6. That's Marion, Indiana, not Mishawaka Marion. And then number 4, Kokomo, 7-1, will travel to Jay County at 4-4. In 5A, Sectional 9, overall record of this one is 16-16. So Munster, 2-6, will travel to number 6, Maryville, 6-2. And Hammond Morton will have a rematch at Hammond Central. Morton is 3-5, and Hammond Central is 5-3. Sectional 10, overall record of this one is 14-18, and this one is a Duneland Conference love affair. That's all this one is, and it's just Duneland Conference teams. So Michigan City at 5-3 will travel to LaPorte, 1-7, and number 4 Valparaiso, 6-2, will travel to Chesterton at 2-6. And then final 5A sectional locally is Sectional 11. Overall record of this one is 12-20. And number 8, Mishawaka, 6-2, will take on Goshen, 1-7. And Concord, 4-4, will take on South Bend Adams, 1-7. And we could see a Mishawaka-Concord rematch for the sectional championship. And that's most likely what we're going to get. In 6A, Sectional 1, overall record of this one is 16-16. So Portage, 0-8, will take on Lake Central, 4-4. Number 9, never mind. Lafayette Jefferson, 4-4, will take on number 5, Crown Point, 8-0. Got ahead of myself. I was looking down at Sectional 2, which we're doing now, and the overall record of this one is 23-9. So number 9, Carroll of Fort Wayne, 6-2, will travel to number 12, Warsaw, 7-1. And Elkhart, 3-5, will travel back over to number 8, Penn, at 7-1. And the combined records of these local sectionals, 1A through 6A, 1A sectional record locally is 56-68 combined. The combined local 2A sectional record is 76-100. The local 3A sectional record is 130-62. The local 4A record is 129-127. Local 5A record is 42-54. And the local 6A record is 39-25. And then all of the local sectionals combined comes out to 472-436. So here's the toughest sectionals based on record and also ranked teams in that sectional as well. So in 1A, it's sectional 43. That's what I think is the toughest sectional. In 2A, it's sectional 37. The sectional 43 record is 35-28. The sectional 37, that is a South sectional, that is 41-23. In 3A, obviously, it's sectional 28, and that is 50, and the record again is 51-13. In 4A, I came up with sectional 18 and 24. Both of those sectional rankings are 32-32. Both have 3 ranked teams in the sectional as well. 5A sectional is sectional 13. That record is 24-8. And then in 6A, it's sectional 2, and that record is 23-9. So here are my predictions for each sectional, 1A through 6A. So in sectional 41, I'm taking Triton. In sectional 42, I'm taking Park Tudor. Sectional 43, I'm taking Carroll of Flora. And then in sectional 44, I'm taking Adams Central. In 2A, sectional 33, I'm taking LaVille. Sectional 34, I'm taking Rochester. Sectional 35, I'm taking Fort Wayne Bishop Luers. In sectional 36, I'm taking Alexandria. 3A, Sectional 25, I'm taking Hanover Central. Sectional 26, I'm taking Knox. Sectional 27, I'm taking Heritage. And then Sectional 28, I'm taking Indianapolis Bishop Chatard. In 4A, Sectional 17, I'm taking New Prairie. Sectional 18, I'm taking Northridge. Sectional 19, I'm taking New Haven. And in Sectional 20, I'm taking Kokomo. In 5A, Sectional 9, I'm taking Maryville. Sectional 10, I'm taking Valparaiso. And Sectional 11, I'm taking Mishawaka. And in Sectional 12, I'm taking Fort Wayne Snyder. And then 6A, Sectional 1, I'm taking Crown Point. Sectional 2, I'm taking Penn. Sectional 3, I'm taking Hamilton Southeastern. And then Sectional 4, I'm taking Westfield. So in those regional games, for 1A, we're going to do 1A through 6A yet again. In 1A, the regional games that I have will be Triton, Park Tudor, and Carroll Adams Central in the north. And then I have Park Tudor and Adams Central playing in semi-state, with Adams Central being the North State finalist. State champion in 1A, obviously, is Indianapolis Lutheran. They're going to win for the third straight time, so let's mark it up. Let's not give them the trophy yet. We still got to play the games, but they're the overarching favorite to win in 1A. In 2A, regional games would be LaVille, Rochester, and Fort Wayne Bishop Luers and Alexandria. I have LaVille, Fort Wayne Luers playing in semi-state, with Fort Wayne Bishop Luers being the North State finalist, and the state champion will be Brownstown Central. I just don't see any team that's going to beat Brownstown Central. They have a tough test, and they'll be battle set, and they already are. They'll have to go through Triton Central and Linton Stockton. I mean, obviously both of those teams have to come out of their sectional, but Brownstown Central is already ready to go. They're already tested. So I just think there's no one that's going to beat Brownstown Central. In 3A, it's Hanover Central, Knox, Heritage, and Chatard. I have it being Hanover Central and Chatard in semi-state, and Chatard moving on to state for the North, and they will win state in 3A as well. In 4A, regional games, New Prairie, Northridge, New Haven, Kokomo. I have Northridge beating New Prairie in that regional, moving on to semi-state, and Kokomo also moving on to semi-state, but Kokomo moving on to state for the North. But then state champion will be East Central. They are steamrolling, and they will steamroll their way again to another 4A state championship. In 5A, I have Maryville, Valpo, Mishawaka, and Fort Wayne Snyder as the regional games. I have Valpo and Fort Wayne Snyder being in semi-state, and Fort Wayne Snyder being both the North finalist for state and the state champion. And in 6A, Crown Point, Penn, Hamilton Southeastern, and Westfield are the North teams in regional. Penn and Hamilton Southeastern will play for a spot for state in semi-state, and Hamilton Southeastern will be in the North competing for a state championship, but they will lose to Center Grove, and Center Grove will be yet again the 6A state champion. I believe this is going to be a fourth consecutive state title for Center Grove. So with that, that's going to wrap up this episode. Tune in to our next episode where we give the Week 9 preview for the local teams, as well as some local for other games around the state, and then also our preview of Notre Dame and USC. Until then, so long, everybody. Hey guys, it's Kenny, host of The Good Fight.
We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you want to hear more, you can check out our website at thelugnutspodcastgroup.com for all information related to the podcast and where to listen to us. You can also follow the Patreon page for exclusive benefits for the show. Join us next time for The Good Fight.